Any society survived based on its ability to train its sons to be disposable.
93% of workplace fatalities are men. 4 of 5 suicides.
The family court system truly is biased against men.
But if you start to talk about those issues, people get hostile.
You are f***ing scum.
Is the men's rights movement the gender version of the white nationalist movement?
We're not blaming men. We've just named everything bad after them.
What was the biggest revelation to you when you got into your research and started talking to some of the participants in the documentary?
Gosh, well, I mean, the laundry list of men's issues just goes on and on and on, and we don't have enough time to discuss each one, but suicide rates, 78% of all suicides are men. Workplace fatalities, 93% in the US are men. There's child custody issues, there's child support, imprisonment for failure to pay child support. There's many, many, many issues. I could go on and on if you'd like.
I find it interesting that some of those things that you're describing don't get much airtime in terms of the suicide rates, the fatality rates on the job, and that sort of thing. That's not the kind of equality that women talk about wanting. Yeah. They want different kinds of equality, but there are risks associated with that as well. And you agree with that, right?
Absolutely. I think that, as we gain equality in this world, we're going to see a lot of discomfort and a lot of things that make both sides uncomfortable. And I think what we've seen from your conversation is that there's actually a lot more common ground than we realize, but it's when nobody speaks. I mean, obviously we have an extreme here with Jack, and I think everyone here, I know I feel sorry for Jack. I feel that he's obviously suffering and feels that by other people suffering, he will alleviate his own suffering, and that's not the case.
It doesn't work that way.
I am suffering, and I've suffered at the hands of women. And as far as taking away women's rights and what I talked about before, I think that would be a better situation for them where they would be happier.
And when you say less rights, what kind of rights are you saying should be taken away from women?
Well, I don't think they should have the right to vote. I don't think they should be allowed in the workplace. I think they should, honestly, I think they should be forced to stay home and submit to a man.
Yeah. Cassie, Wendy, y'all want to respond?
Yeah.
Cassie, go ahead.
I would just love to really make it clear that Jack, the incel, does not represent the men's rights movement. So he is absolutely an extremist that I certainly disagree with. I'm sure Dr. Warren Farrell does. Clear.
What do you disagree with?
Oh, every men's rights activist that I met while making my film, The Red Pill, believed in and supported women's rights, and they are for human rights, which is why they also care about men's rights. But
women are less than men. Women are lower than men.
Oh, come on, Jack.
I truly believe this.
Our men's rights.
If one wants to understand the men's issues movement, see Cassie J's Red Pill, and also pay attention to exactly what you were talking about before, about what's happening in courts. Is a lose-lose situation with fathers. Women need the help of men to raise the children, and what's often happening with boys today is that the boys that are part of the boy crisis resides where dads do not reside. Children who are not raised by dad, don't have dad involvement, are hurt in more than 50 different areas, including suicide, drug addiction, homicide. Sure.
Mr. Farrell, can we just agree on one thing? That if Jack is the man in the family, the children and the mother should run like hell in the other direction, because you don't need him. It's better to have a one-parent family, one woman, than have him anywhere near any child or any woman ever. Can we agree about that?
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.